Hey guys, welcome back to 90's Kid, and this Halloween I wanted to do something a bit different from my video last year where I did a video about the Top Hat Demon. This one's a little bit lighter, still spooky, but lighter. So basically, when I was a kid, there was one book series I absolutely loved, and that was none other than R.L. Stein's Goosebumps series. Reader beware, you're in for a scare. Absolutely loved this back in the day. And today, guys, I just wanted to go over five of my favorite Goosebumps stories. I've got all the books in front of me. Still got a lot of my old Goosebumps collection. I didn't have the entire collection, but I did have an awful lot of the books back in the day. So cheers, mum and dad, nan and granddad, whoever else was involved. But yeah, some of them stories are very spooky. Love the TV series as well, especially intro. The intro music is awesome, still awesome now. I listened to it only a day or two ago just to get back into the mood of Goosebumps. And of course, you might remember that several years ago I used to do my Gimme Goosebumps TV series. It wasn't a TV series on YouTube where I would review like the book and then the episode and include clips. Enjoy doing that. The only reason I stopped was the people who own it. Um, I think it's Scholastic. They kind of clamped down quite heavy on the use of the episodes, even though it's only clips and it's a review, so it kind of falls into fair use. But yeah, a few of my videos were blocked. So everyone remember the giant cat after 8 months of blood? That cat has since passed away, so rest in peace, Puss Puss. Okay, so moving on then, guys, let's go over five of my favorite Goosebumps stories. It's so hard to pick some because there are so many unique characters, monsters, legends that R.L. Stein created. But I had to choose five, and I've got them in numerical order. So the first one we're going to start with is one I just showed you, and that is Welcome to Dead House. So this is number one in the Goosebumps book series, and it's about two siblings who move with their parents to a new place. Dark Falls. It is Dark Falls, isn't it? Yeah, Dark Falls. Oh yeah. Amanda and Josh aren't too sure about the old house they've just moved into. It's spooky and probably haunted, and the new neighborhood, Dark Falls, is pretty creepy too. Their parents don't understand them. You'll get used to it, they say. Go out, make some new friends. But the kids Amanda and Josh meet are twice as weird as the house. Not exactly what their parents had in mind. They're friendly, all right, maybe a little too friendly. In fact, they want to be friends. Forever. Now, I can't remember if this was the first Goosebumps book I ever read, or if I had another one and then went back to this. This is definitely one of the earliest I've read. I can actually remember reading this at Butlins on holiday, with my mum actually, yeah. I think she was reading some of it to me, and she just found it hilarious when the well, it's going to be spoilers in this. These books have been out for a long time. So basically, the story of this one: family moved to a neighborhood, and I think I did cover this in my Give Me Goosebumps series. Meet some weird kids, look a bit pale, don't go out in the sunlight, and it turns out that basically the town they've moved into is full of the undead. Not quite as serious as The Walking Dead these days, but yeah. So basically, there's a chemical spillage, and this gas came out and turned everyone into zombies. And to keep on living, they've got to consume the blood of someone recently died every year. So then that leads us into a story of Josh and Amanda trying to figure out who these kids are, why they're acting so weird, why they won't go into sunlight. So they come across a graveyard, find the names of the kids, it all starts to sink in, and then the family have basically got to escape with their lives intact and make sure they don't become undead. But yeah, pretty cool. I just want to say as well, the artwork on these books is pretty cool. You just look at it. I mean, if you saw it on the shelf when you were a kid, you would definitely go and pick it up. I did. Yeah, so there's plenty more stories I would put above this one, but this is always going to be one of my favorites for being one of the first ones I read, so that's quite cool. So I just saw someone killing the dog. That's not cool. Right, okay, moving on then. Next up is number 16 in the series, and it is One Day at Horrorland. Now, I absolutely love this book. I love the idea of it. So basically, it's about the Morris family. So, when the Morris family get lost trying to find a theme park, they stumble upon Horrorland instead. In Horrorland, there are no crowds, no queues. Sounds awesome. Why couldn't Orlando, Florida be like that? Magic Kingdom and everything. And the admission is free. Even better. The Morrises think it's a pretty cool place, but there's that heart-stopping ride on the Doom slide, and that terrifying experience in the House of Mirrors. Ooh. There's something weird about Horrorland, something a little too creepy, something a little too real. So yeah, this is basically about a theme park run by these people in costume, dressed up as monsters, kind of like that, I guess, but they're known as horrors. And so the family are looking for a theme park, but they can't find the one they're looking for, so they end up at Horrorland instead. Out of nowhere, seems a bit spooky. But yeah, obviously the theme park is a trap to basically do with the family to kill them. They've got all kind of like death rides there, and the monsters there who run the park really are monsters. There's a daft way that the family end up killing these guys as well. Yeah, spoiler alerts. There's going to be spoilers. There's signs apparently all out for the theme park saying no pinching. So if you pinch a monster, they deflate and die. That's it. But yeah, love the book. Love the TV episode of this as well. I think it was a two-parter. I'm gonna have to watch this actually, maybe tonight. But yeah, that is cool. This actually Horrorland became so popular that there was a PC game released, Escape from Horrorland. I had that. I gave that away to Big Al, Planet Retro. So hope you're enjoying that. Yeah, awesome book, awesome episode, and I'm gonna have to play that game again now. Why did I give it away? Please give it back. Yeah, but really impressive this one, definitely. Okay, so next up in the series is one of my absolute favorites. Is number 30, and It Came From Beneath the Sink. Now, I just absolutely love that title. It came from beneath the sink. You can imagine it came from hell, it came from the other dimension. No, it came from beneath the sink. And on the cover on this one, basically it shows you some items you find in the kitchen, under the sink. So you got some kind of cleaning liquid, you got rubber gloves, you got, yeah, more liquids, brushes. And then you've got this little pink sponge. And, well, as you can see, it's not just a sponge. Okay, so for this one, Kat and her brother Daniel have just moved to a great new house. If only the dog Killer liked it too. If only he didn't keep growling at something under the kitchen sink. Kat and Daniel can't understand why Killer's so upset about the thing he's found down there. It's only a sponge, right? Wrong. It's time Kat and Daniel started to worry, because the dog sniffed out something dangerous. Speaking of the dog, this little bugger's just coming into my room. Where are you? Come here. Pepsi, come here. Come on. Alright. So this isn't Killer, but it is Pepsi. He likes to come into my room to see me sometimes, so you don't know Goosebumps, do you? No? So say hello to everyone out there. It's supposed to be kind of like a horror Halloween related video, this. But you're not that scary, are you? Look how small he is. Tiny Yorkshire Terrier. Right, you're going to go down now? Okay. Off you go then. You wait. Okay, so. Where were we? It's only a sponge, right? Wrong. It's time Kat and Daniel started to worry because the dog sniffed out something dangerous. Something evil. Something that could ruin their lives forever. And that is the pink sponge, also known as a gruel. So basically the sponge turns out to be this kind of legendary creature which is a bad luck charm and brings bad luck to those around it. Whoever finds it becomes the owner, and if you try and give the sponge away, the gruel away, you will die apparently. Yeah, so then the brother and sister in this have got, brother and sister in it, yeah, have got to find a way to get rid of the gruel so they can have some good luck back in their lives. Now, I enjoyed this book so much. I mean, I love the colours on it as well. The purple going into the pink and red. I think that's great. Yeah, I love this book so much. What I did, guys, was I went under my kitchen sink, and under there, it wasn't quite a sponge. It's like it was a sponge. If you think of a piece of toast, it was a pink sponge piece of toast looking thing. And because I was obsessed with that book at the time, I took it, I got a marker, and I drew eyes on it and a mouth, and I kept it, pretended it was alive, like a gruel, and I kept it in my Street Sharks cage. If you remember Street Sharks, a 90's cartoon, I had, oh my gosh, actually, this figure's going awesome. It's right on the shelf, jabbed from Street Sharks. These figures used to come in like a shark cage kind of thing. And I used to keep the cage. I don't know what's happened to that cage. It's gone out a long time ago. And yeah, see, it moves. It's awesome. It's not Goosebumps. I'm sorry. And I put this sponge, this gruel, into the cage to keep it as a pet. Things we do as kids, eh? To be fair, I'd probably do it now as well. Okay, 2 books left in my top 5. Or 5 favorite. It's hard because I'm probably gonna find another book in the attic now and think, oh no, I should have chosen this one. This is one I liked a lot though. Book number 37. I think it was like 52 or something. I might be making that up. The Headless Ghost. Have a guess what this one's about. Okay, so Stephanie and Rain are the twin terrors of Wheeler Falls. He likes using falls as in his places, isn't he? Dark Falls, Wheeler Falls. They love scaring all the kids in the neighborhood, but they're bored of all that now. So they go and visit Hill House. Hill House is haunted by a ghost of a 13-year-old boy, a boy with no head. Yep. Stephanie and Drain are going to find the head in the middle of the night when the house is at its creepiest, but they'd better watch out or they might lose their own heads. Boom, boom, boom. Actually, the episode for the TV series of this is really good as well. Love that blue colour. So basically, yeah, this is a story of a boy who comes across a ghost many years ago, and the ghost basically says, you've seen too much, and he pulls the boy's head off. It's not as gruesome as it sounds. You don't actually see any blood guts. This is like a kid's thing. And then he hides the boy's head, and this ghost, 13-year-old boy, then the ghost just wanders the house for the rest of his, his life. He's really dead, trying to find his head, and he can't move on to the afterlife until he's found his head. And then modern day friends and Stephanie and Drain decide to play pranks on kids. The place where this happened is haunted. They do ghost tours. They go on these ghost tours, and you find out there's a lot more ghosts and secrets to this place than meets the eye. And do they stumble across the head? Who knows? Maybe they do. But it's about a sea captain as well, who goes out to sea and finds his wife's left him, and he's kind of dies like a broken heart, and he's always looking for his wife. Yeah, it goes really well. It's a bit different from the actual episode, but a headless ghost. I'm surprised when they pulled the boy's head off. It's a bit weird, but yeah, top-notch stuff. Starting to lose my voice. Okay, so for my last Goosebumps book, seen better days, definitely. It's number 40. It is Night of the Living Dummy 3. Now, out of all the Goosebumps series books, the most iconic villain has got to be Slappy. If you've seen the recent Goosebumps films, the last couple of years, Slappy has been in those films, and in the TV series as well. He didn't look anything like that. He was ginger. He was just the painted grin on him and stuff, freaky as anything. But Night of the Living Dummy is definitely my favorite series, sub-series in Goosebumps. So this Slappy with some other puppet friends in the attic. And basically, what the story behind Night of the Living Dummy is, Slappy was made out or carved out of coffin wood. And then I think it's a criminal who gets hung or something, and his soul, or some evil kind of wizard or villain, they die, but their soul kind of like goes into the dummy, into this coffin wood, and yeah, he's brought back to life as a little dummy running around, ventriloquist dummy, trying to kill everyone, of course, and make people their slaves. Ooh, oh, okay. And there's like words to make the dummy come alive. Caru Marie O'Donna Loma Corano. I think I said that right, which basically translates as "You and me are now one." So yeah, Slappy, quite creepy. Interestingly enough, in TV series, they only made 2 episodes, of maybe 3 actually. They did Night of the Living Dummy 2, Night of the Living Dummy 3, parts 1 and 2, so we count that as 2. And then Bride of the Living Dummy. But Night of the Living Dummy, the original, they skipped over. I'm not sure why. But yeah, 2-parter episode, this one, and it is awesome. If you've got a chance to go and watch a TV series somehow, they used to have all the series on Netflix, but now they've only got season 1. But yeah, I became so obsessed with Night of the Living Dummy and Slappy that I asked my parents to buy me a ventriloquist dummy, and they said no. And I think the reason they said no is they knew how much I was into this, and I think they knew that if I had that dummy, I would have pretended it was alive and trying to kill me. So I think they probably did make the right decision here, because ventriloquist dummies freak me out. I don't know what it is about them. It's like Chucky from Child's Play. Like a dummy like that, it comes alive trying to kill you. I don't know if it's because their expression and stuff, whatever, freaks me the hell out. Fun fact: I was going to film a Night of the Living Dummy parody, like I did with Monster Blood and the Giant Cat. I was looking on eBay for like Slappy dolls and stuff, ventriloquist dummies at the time. Oh, the original Slappy doll from the series on it's like £2,000. I wasn't going to spend that. Yeah, but the one I found was that I wanted was always kind of too expensive, and this kind of waved off in the end. And I think like a lot of them were like out of stock. Anyway, guys, this video has gone on much longer than I anticipated, but let me know if any of these are your favorite. So the spine there for you. Yes, let me know if you have read any of these in the comments below, and thank you for stopping by and checking them out. So that was Welcome to Dead House, One Day at Horrorland, Welcome to Dead House, One Day at Horrorland, It Came from Beneath the Sink, The Headless Ghost, and Night of the Living Dummy 3. In fact, still got a bit of a dirt mark where my friend stepped on it as a kid. Right guys, I've gone on for far too long. Thank you for watching this, and yeah, let me know your thoughts on Goosebumps below. Right. Viewer beware. You had a scare. It was just me. The scare wasn't the books or anything. They're not that scary.